I just wanted to give you a few tips with business and especially working within the third eye chakra. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm really finding where the energy centers work so closely with how you can build your business, your personal, and your life. And it's amazing to me that really how important these energy centers are, how important they are. What I'm finding this time around is how they work with each other, how we can work with this third eye energy center with the root chakra, and really because how that works for us as artists and business people is the third eye is all about manifesting, creating ideas, bringing in things that you want in your life. And when you're out in the world and bringing ideas in, it's really good to or sit in your meditation and bring things in of what you'd like to do in your life, like such as for me, I'm working on a new body of work with my jewelry. Oh my gosh. And then when I bring that in, I could work with my root chakra on how to manifest it and actually build it for the world. So I want to tell you guys, way back when I was in my 20s, I was really on this path and I was working through my third eye. I didn't know at the time. I really didn't know that much about these energy centers, but I did know there was this beautiful place that I could go to have peace and to find ideas and to download ideas. And actually being a visual artist, because many of us here for jewelers, we're a visual artist. This is the third eye. It has to do with the eyes. So if you're a visual artist, you probably have a very strong sense of your third eye, or you've neglected it and beat it up and it's been damaged and all that different things, which this month really is about opening up this third eye to plant your seeds and bring in your manifestations. So for me, years ago, I do want to tell this little story in business because I used this part, of meditations and sleeping at night. And I was doing dream studies at the time, and I would ask in my dreams to be introduced to a new body of work that I haven't seen before, and I remember it was like a 6-month period of time where in my dreams I would see myself in museums looking at these podiums of beautiful work. I couldn't really bring down what the work looked like, but I did notice that my body was taking it in on a certain level, and I started building this work, which if anybody knew me years and years ago, I brought out this 15, 20 years ago, I came up with this new body of work that was this talisman work, and that was like the last time I really manifested in this way and brought this work. And it was a lot, it was taking my time, going inward, bringing in this new work, taking my time building it. When I did come out with this work, it's like I had people hunting me down for articles. I did museum exhibits. I did runway with this article. It's like it was so different from anything here on earth because that's where I was getting my ideas from. This is the way we can use the third eye in business. And this is the way you'd be so smart to use this in business. I want to say that this is one of the things that I'm doing right now for myself again and I'm actually teaching a whole program this way. But, I'll talk more about that later. But I'm teaching a whole program on alignment branding, I'm calling it. But it really is about, the world is moving so fast. We can hardly run to catch up with it. When, social media changes all the time, marketing changes constantly. And it's like for us to be able to, instead of like running and spreading our energy everywhere, what I'm talking about doing within unfolding and even in my business program is pulling everything in for this month. Really try to pull it in and really try to focus on this third eye about what you really want in life. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I think I want one thing and I'm running on the outside, but when I really stop, I realize that, hey, the only things I want in my life are things that are going to create peace for me. You know what I mean? It's like, that's really essentially it. And if you spend time in this life, it's like peace. What's going to create peace? Well, a lot of things, if you're looking for material gain, good, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, give me more money, right? Manifest more money. But why do you want more money? Because you want peace. You want a beautiful place to live in. You want to wake up in the morning by the ocean, or you want to wake up in the morning just, and be calm and peaceful. That's really what most of us want in life. So if that's your goal, really think about it. So I'm actually challenging you guys this month to slow it down, tuck it in, and really work with this third eye opportunity this month in a way that you've never been able to do it before. That's journaling. I put in a really strong, powerful mantra in here. You guys are going to love all the way about it. But as far as you as a business and artist, I want to say this statement to you. Life is not about finding yourself. It is about creating yourself. Write your own narrative and let your story be a testament to your evolution. How about that for a powerful sentence? So this really is about, who do you want to be this month? Who would you like to be? How would you like to move through your days? What would you like to include into your life? This month here, you're going to be working with your higher self and planting the seeds. Building your dreams, as I've talked about before, when you're building a company, building your life, building yourself, and I talk about all three of those because those are all important. It's one direction for all three of them. 80% is done on this invisible level by slowing down, taking time, and focusing inward. It's getting harder and harder to do with the way business is, but to create a dream, to create a business, to create success in your life, it is only 20% that is about physical action. Isn't that interesting? So if you find you're out there running, trying to catch up and trying to produce and make pieces for all this, which I have done, oh my gosh, so done. It's like, of course, looking back at your life, I can see how I could have way managed my life better when I was teaching. I would get a lot of jobs teaching and I was out there. But really what I could have done to be more effective is pull in, maybe went out and did a job once a month, and then had all this internal time to build pieces, build jewelry, because when I went out and taught, I would sell my work anyway. So this is really a month where it's like, I want you guys to pull in and really evaluate your life and see if you're going the right direction. If you could somehow slow it down and stop it. One of the things that I've done this month, and it's just happened, is I really cut back on my social media so I can just go inward for this month. So hey, the world is not going to end for my social media to be quiet for a month. You know what I mean? And it's really an introspective time. It's not jumping on Pinterest and looking at all different ideas of what you can build. That spreads your energy and puts you out there farther. We're on a program of pulling our energy and making ourselves stronger. So when we're ready to go out in the world, it's much more powerful and strong. So, in life, if you want to, it's interesting because a friend of mine came up to me and he's like, I'm looking for new people. I'm looking for new customers. I'm looking for new clients. Like, I want new people. And I said to him, you have to make a change in your life. If you want something new and different, you have to let go of things first and make a change in life. So as far as making a change in life, it's by letting go, and it's about letting go of old ways in whatever level you want, and it happens. So, one of the simplest things to do is to, on your way to work, get in your car and drive a different direction. Wake up. Another tip could be is just to wake up at a different time and do a different morning routine. Come home, like change up your routine in some way. Drive a different way to work. Take a class, but take a different class. Maybe change your medium for a little bit. Last year, for me to make these changes in my life, I actually jumped into interior design for a little bit, and it helped me to get restructured again with my jewelry work, to get this real architectural, work deep in your studio. Get off of Pinterest, get off of social media for a little bit. All of these little tips, whatever level you want to take them on, if you decide to make this little bit of a change every day, sometimes it's harder than you think. Change is so hard. What will end up happening is when you make the change on the outside, it absolutely will start rolling on the inside. So you will have, eventually, like it's amazing to me, like when you make these changes in the physical, they happen on the spiritual. When you make changes on the internal, they happen on the outward. There's not a division between them, and they both work together. So that's what I'm going to suggest. If you start making big changes in your life, like there's people who have moved, had babies, had retired. Like all of these are huge changes, and they're harder than you think. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I know there's people in here who have moved, who have made these changes. And it's like when you make big changes like that, your body is not comfortable. Change is not comfortable. So it's really good to stay in this internal way where you're checking in with yourself every day and making sure that you're going the right direction, because it's easy. I've made changes and gotten so off balance and rolled in a way that I never intended to go. Right? We've probably all done that. So it's like for me now, I am looking at this inner world so carefully as I'm rebuilding my life. I certainly, for me, what's really pushing me into restudying business again. Business is being done in a different way on the earth. A couple of years ago, tried to do business in the old way. The world has shifted. I tried to do business in the old way, and it doesn't work the way it did for me 10 years ago and 20 years ago. People have known me to build a multi-million-dollar company called Ice Resin, to build a retail store that was very, very successful, to build lines of jewelry and commercial lines of jewelry, and this way they worked. The world is different now. I'm finding that there's more because it's so fast-paced, and we're actually selling to an international market. So this time tucking in and taking a look at things, this is absolutely what I'm doing now, and I'm resetting up a whole way to do business, and I'm actually challenging you guys to do the same. It's like this inner work of looking at whether you want a big business or a small business or just a profound body of work or just to be able to sell your work. It's picking the right show. Picking one right show, picking one place to show up at. But before you go out into the world in a big way, it's called being profound. I call it being profound, where you pull into yourself. You're not spreading your energy out, looking at Pinterest and this and that and showing up all over the place. You're pulling all your energy in to become profound. We're working with the third eye this month. And when you get deep, deep, deep with this 80% of invisible, where you're just making yourself stronger and more profound, so you know exactly where you're going in life through manifesting, then and only then is it time to expand and go out in the world and really meet your dreams, because now you're strong. You've created your dreams, and now all you have to do is step into the world. Sounds easy, right? Well, we know there's all those other steps in there too. It's like, yes, stepping out in the world, and it's a bumpy road, and sometimes you're unsure, but if you keep going the same direction, you're going to get there. And that's really what I'm working on now too, and I hope I can inspire you guys to work on the same way. Be profound, whether you're running your personal life, or your business. When you shed, and it's letting go. So it's letting go of, like I said, go a different way to work. Letting go of old, stuck habits. That's the only way to change. When you shed in the invisible, it will happen on the physical. Boom. Who knows the time frame? I can't tell you. But so this month, I hope this has helped you out a lot in business, building your life, your personal. And enjoy this challenge of just trying to drive a different direction, or pulling in the profound and not spreading yourself all over.